Hello everyone, it's another rainy day and we are back in the workshop working on the rear edge for the rear window. So let's go take a closer look at what we have here. Okay, so we are now on this side because the other one has been repaired before and there was a lot of filler and soldering, some lead over it. So it's pretty hard to get the exact shape when someone has already been messing with it. So we are here now to try and make a plan for how we're going to attack this and how we're going to do the entire edge. So we were testing some different methods, and once we have this one done, then we're going to go to the other side and make a mirrored one, just because it's going to be a lot easier to get the shape right here when the metal is still from factory than that one that has been repaired before. So this is what we came up with in the first round. We have taken a strip and then bent the edges and then start to clamp it in place. We have cut where the curvature starts and then start bending the edge upward, and as you can see, here are the edges. This worked out pretty good, but this is a very thin piece of metal. I think it's 0.6 or 0.8 millimeters, so we're going to try to do this from a 1 millimeter strip now and to see if we can make it for the other side, and then if that will be good, we're going to do the same one for this one. If not, that's not going to work. If the metal will be too thick to manipulate it, we're going to use this one. So this is it. It looks pretty okay. It fits pretty good for the first round, but of course it needs some more detailed work. But the one thing to remember is that the edge has to remain tall enough for the gasket on the whole edge, and also that you take into account all the curvatures of the edges, such as this one that has a little bit tension into it. So this is something you have to consider when working on stuff like that. So I have now made some lines into the body filler just to see how far it goes, and it looks like they put the body filler right up to here. So I'm going to wire brush this with the hard brush, wire brush the filler off, and then we're going to try to get the soldering off. We'll try to use heat and we'll see how it goes. But now, mask on, earmuffs, and a lot of patience. Up for sale, very cheap. Okay guys, so let's take a closer look at what we are doing. We have reinforced the lower control arms. So we have added this lower plate where we made holes and punched them out so water can escape it, and we made sure that we still have access to the ball joint. So this is it. This needs to be covered with primer again. We did this to the both of them, so this is how they look right now. I've taken apart a little bit of torque tube side so I can prime this one a little bit better, because it's a separate part from the rest of the rear axle. So this will have to be done, and now we are welding the edge of the fuel tank. The fuel tank is welded a little bit inward from the edge, but because the edge was a little bit crusty, we have grinded away a little bit and made just a safety weld on the edge. I am also cleaning up the inside of the C-pillar just because it was very rusty and the access is just horrible. So yeah, I'm breaking my back and my shoulders a little bit on that one, but I'm pretty satisfied of how it came out. So it's going to be ready for rust converter soon, and then primer. We need to repair one of the edges, and we still have a long way to go, but we need to prep everything inside before we put in the floor of the trunk, because once that is in, you will no longer have the opportunity to stand in the middle of the car and then do all the grinding and sanding and priming and stuff like that. So I need to make the best out of the situation as it is. So yeah.